Ah, Mr. Astley, tell me, what mod are we going to do today? Look down? I don't know that mod. Oh, you mean I have to look down? But there's nothing here. I mean, what the hell? Mr. Astley, you absolute jerk. Ah, how dare you? What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the world of gaming and welcome back to another Minecraft mod spotlight. And in today's mod spotlight, I'm going to take a look at the Qcraft mod, which actually brings the basics of quantum physics into your Minecraft world. Now, quantum physics, I've never studied quantum physics, never seen anything about that, well, until now. But I do love science, especially astronomy, but right now this mod isn't that difficult to understand. It's also not an educational mod, in case you were thinking that. This mod has not the plan to teach you the very basics of quantum physics. But before we get started, first I have to say that the SFCon mod pack is growing really nice. We have nearly reached 100 mods. We're at 99 today, so the next mod I'm going to add will be the lucky 100. That cool. So, to test this quantum physics thing, we're going to the new section of the WOG-Lab, but we're first going to get some extra speed, especially because these corridors are so damn long. So it is already there. As you can see, we have called it the outdoor UFO, as it it looks like a UFO, don't you think? Right. So hang on a sec. And we had a little cut there. Sorry for that. Right. So, Mr. Astley, how you doing? Now, what the hell is this? You're probably wondering. Well, let's get started to explain these. So, before we're going to do the crafting recipes, first of all, I am going to look at this thing. This is quantum ore, and when you mine it, it has this green particle effect, and this is in fact the ore that you need to find in your world, and this ore will drop the quantum dust, which is kind of a basic ingredient but doesn't do much on its own. So now, let's take a look what we can do with these things. So when we combine 4 quantum dusts, we're getting the essence of superposition. When you craft 4 quantum dusts in a pattern like that, you get the element of, or the essence of observation. And when you craft 1 essence of superposition with 4 quantum dusts in the corners, we're getting the essence of entanglement. Alright? And then we also have the quantum computer, which is made with a quantum dust, iron along the sides, and a glass pane at the bottom there. And that will make the quantum computer. We're getting back to these things later. First of all, let's understand the basics of this quantum thingy. And for that, I'm just going to take the essence of observation. So let me just grab a crafting pillar for demonstration purposes. There we go. So basically, this quantum magic, or science, allows you to change blocks the way they are. The first thing being the essence of observation. This will change the block depending on the way you look at it. So I'm going to take 2 pieces of, or I'm going to take some wood, a block of sand, a piece of a redstone block, and that's it. So now, we're going to place the essence of observation in the middle. We're going to place wood on the top and on the bottom. We're going to place sand at the right and a block of redstone at the left. So now you'll see this square moving in different positions, as you can see. So basically, what this does is the following thing. When you craft this block and you place it in the world, when you look at it from the south side, you will see a piece of wood. Right, so if you place the block down and you look at it from the south, you'll see a piece of wood. So in fact, that means you're looking at the north side of the block, right? So if this block, for example, I'm now looking in the south. The south is that way, but this means that I'm looking in the north way of this block. You understand? It's not that hard. So when I look at the north part of this block, or actually the south part, anyway, so let's just keep it simple. This is the north face of the block, this is the west, this is the south, this is the east. So when I look at it from the north and the south, it will be a piece of wood. When I look at it from the east, it will look like a piece of sand. When I look at it from the west, it will look like a piece of like a block of redstone. So when we take this and place it into the world, right? I'm now facing the north direction, which means I'm looking at the south part of the block, right? So that is wood, okay? When I now look at it from the south, it will remain a piece of wood. Now, when I actually turn myself and I look to the west, so to the east part of the block, you'll see, hey, nothing's changing. That is because we have to look away first. And now it will change to the block of sand. And when we change back, it will change to the block of redstone. So this is very, very cool. Now you've seen that we have actually missed two pieces of the crafting table, meaning this part and this part. So the top right and the bottom right slot of the crafting table will never be used when making these observer dependent blocks, right? So we can scratch those. The top left and the bottom left slot of the crafting table represent the bottom and the top of your block. So when I look at it from the top, it will change into air and there will be nothing there, right? So if I don't have anything. You can't, however, create an observer dependent block that will be air forever. You can't simply place this essence of observation in the middle and get a block that is nothing but air. So that doesn't work. Gimme. I have to be an empty hand. So, now, not only does it change appearance, it also takes the properties of that block. For example, I'm going to start with the redstone side first. So I'm going to have some redstone in this direction. And in this direction, I'm gonna look to it from here. And as you can see, it will power the redstone. So that is pretty cool. Another thing, so this is the same block. So I'm going to place it up here and delete that. Also, in the case of sand, it will fall down. So now it has changed to sand, it will fall down. So that is pretty cool. And for wood, of course, if I would set it on fire, it would destroy the block. So that is pretty much the basics and a nice thing to understand how this works. So very cool. The essence of observation depends how you look or how a block looks the way you're facing it. Now let's start with the most basic thing. This is actually the essence of superposition. So this essence of superposition, let's just see actually. I don't think this actually creates anything on its own, does it? No. That is weird. I thought it created a I thought it created a block that was completely random. Maybe well, it doesn't say in the crafting recipe, so I think this is a no, I mean this has to do something. No? It is just a crafting ingredient? I don't believe that. You can look that up for yourself. But anyway, so the essence of superposition, I do believe. Oh well, doesn't really matter. The next thing we're going to have or talk about is the essence of entanglement, which needs an essence of superposition like that, and 4 quantum dust around the side. Now the essence of entanglement works a bit the same as with a normal essence of superposition. So let's just take stone for this and surround it with stone. Really? This doesn't do anything? Oh no, yes, of course, I remember. Sorry, I remember. So let's just get all that out. No, what you need to do is you need a block that's gone. You need a block of an observer dependent block first So we're gonna have to create that one again. So let's just do it with a simple piece of stone. So essence of superposition, let's just do top there. Let's just do it like that. Very simple. Take it. And now we place the observer dependent block together with the essence of entanglement. Wrong crafting recipe, probably. I think this has to go in the side, and this around it. No. Like there. No. I'm having bad luck today. This does not work as intended. Maybe the mod has changed. The essence of entanglement should put multiple observer dependent blocks together and entangle them. This is weird. It's like a way to clone them. Fine, I think I'm gonna have to tab out for this one. I'll see you in a sec. Okay guys, I have found it. So this essence of superposition has a role indeed. Sorry for my bad preparedness. So, in fact, let's just take a very simple example. So we're going to place as a position here, put stone and stone there, dirt and sand there, and this will create something that is called a normal quantum block. So what this will do is the following. So when I face the north and the south way of this block, it will always appear as stone, as north and south are both stone. But the west and the east side are dirt and sand. So when I look at it from the west part of the block, it should, I think it was dirt, but it can also change into sand, as you can see, right? So this is in fact this adds a bit more randomness. For example, if I would place 4 different blocks, and for north, south, east, and west, it would be either one of the two when I face a direction. Alright? So, again, this will always be stone, because north and south are stone. No matter what I do, it will always be stone. But when facing from east or west, it can either be dirt or sand. Alright? And now, for the essence of entanglement, so let's just take this example again. Let's just see the essence of entanglement. So I was right. What it does, you just have to place 2 blocks at the side. So this will create 2 blocks. This will create 2 observant. This will create a pair of entangled quantum blocks, and you can repeat this process by putting these in the crafting table. No? Well, fine. It will give 2 then. These crafting pillars sometimes. So basically, what these things do is the following. So when I'm now looking at the south side of the block, and it appears as stone. However, these blocks appear as stone as well, although I am looking at the east side of the block. So this is what entangled blocks are. So all the blocks that are a group of entangled blocks will appear the same throughout the world. So this is pretty nice for setting up like chain reactions. So these blocks are stone. No matter if I change my direction, they will always be stone. When these guys change, the other ones change as well. So that is the entangled part. You can make multiple groups. As you see, it says group 01 here, but we can make multiple groups to set up multiple traps and stuff. So that is pretty cool, and those are in fact the 4 or the 3 basic blocks you can create. So a normal quantum block, a block of supervision, an observer dependent block, and an entangled block. Now there's a bit of lag. I don't know why. Is it chunks it has to create? We have a somewhat of a lag spike here. We have that sometimes. It will go over. So excuse me for the lag, ladies and gentlemen. Right, so before we go over to the quantum computer, let's go over to these tools, as they all have to do with the essence of supervision. Now, we're getting a serious frame drop here. Let me just disable frame. There we go. Better. Better. Right. So the first thing we have here are quantum goggles, and they're made by putting a quantum dust and 2 glass panes at the bottom. So these quantum goggles, when put on, will show any blocks that are observer-dependent blocks. As you can see, all the green blocks at the end of these obsidian pillars are observer-dependent blocks, and I can see that thanks to these goggles. So they are a way to discover these observer-dependent blocks when not looked at it, when you not know for sure if they are there. Now the other thing we have are the anti-observation goggles, and are created by using an essence of supervision and 2 glass panes. And these guys do the opposite of the quantum goggles. They do not show you the observer-dependent blocks. So I also believe the observer-dependent blocks don't change. Right. So when you're wearing these goggles, the observer-dependent blocks remain static as they were when you looked at it from a certain angle before you put it on the goggles. So that is pretty nice to yeah. Pretty cool. Oh my gosh. Come on. What's going on here? Oh, it is you, isn't it? You piece of crap. Alright, and then the next thing we have is the automatic observer, and this needs an essence of observation surrounded with smooth stone and a piece of redstone dust at the bottom. And what this does is actually very simple. It needs a redstone signal, of course. Basically, when you put it at a observer-dependent block and you power it, it will force the observer-dependent block to look the way it should look. So, yeah, hang on a second. So many interruptions! Ah! God damn it! So, where was I? Right. The automatic observer. So, when I place it on a specific side of a block, the automatic observer will actually function like if there was a observer standing there. So for example, this block will always be gold, no matter at which direction I look at it, because the automatic observer is on. If I switch it off, it will change to obsidian. That's weird. Doesn't want to change. Is this a bug? Oh crap. That's actually not good. This one doesn't want to change either. Well, that's because I'm standing. Let's see. He changes. This one doesn't change anymore. That's weird. The automatic observer is not permanent. It should work. Let's just replace it. I'll go. Might be because anyway, so that is how the automatic observer works. So that is actually a way to create a block that is completely air, you know, because you can't simply place an essence of supervision. I think it's observation in the middle and then have nothing around it. Now, now, actually, something important I have forgotten. You can't do this with all the blocks. You can only do this with blocks who are static. So I think that most of the blocks in here, except for stairs, you do this with stairs. That would be an interesting experiment, but I don't think you can. No, you can't. So you can't use stairs, but you can use blocks. I don't think you can use half slabs either. No, so you have to use full blocks. You also can't use crafting tables, anything that has an interface or that could be an entity, if you understand. So let's actually try it on mod compatibility right here. Let's give it a normal base pillar. See if that works. It doesn't. Might be because it changes though. What block? Ooh, I'm gonna have to be careful now. No, I don't think it is mod compatible. I think you can also do ores. Let's check that out. Yeah, you can. There we go. You can make ores. That's pretty cool. So, yeah, if you entangle them, you can actually double the amount of ores. Or something like that. Anyway, so now we're going to over to the the part that is actually a bit more complicated, and that is this quantum computer thingy. So it's made by a glass pane, a quantum dust surrounded by iron, and that is the quantum computer. Now when I place this down, normally it will say frame incomplete, and this is because you need a frame, a structure like this. So basically it contains the 4 obsidian pillars with a piece of glass at the top and an observer dependent block at the bottom. They have to be equally far away from the computer, so the computer has to be the center itself. Now you can go up, but you can also go down. I think 8, so 8 high and 8 along there and along there is the maximum you can reach. We're getting a frame drop again. Now, the observer dependent blocks have to be very special, as they have to face, or they have to be very special. I do apologize for the Thank you. I do apologize for the lag and the lot of interruptions. So, let's talk about this frame. So as I said, it has the observer dependent blocks have to be created specially. You have to create them so that when you are standing in the frame, when you look at the pillar, the bottom block will always be gold, as you can see. When I oh my god, the lag! Why? I've done a mod spotlight before and this is not happening. Is it the crafting pillars? Might be, because they're turning around. Plus all that stuff. Anyway, I'm not gonna get rid of it. So when I look in the frame, slowly, you'll see that all the bottom blocks are gold right now. So this is something you have to keep in mind when you're building the bottom blocks. So you're going to have to change the north, south, east and west side of the block. So you have to actually make 4 different blocks, as you're going to have to change the gold block all the time. So keep in mind, as I've said before, that when you're watching when you're watching south, so that is here, that is here, you're actually watching the north side of the block. So yeah, is that correct? I don't believe so. Yeah. Alright, so when that is done, you just need the blocks, piece of obsidian and a piece of glass, and then this computer itself along with a piece of ice, because it needs some cooling. You'll see that when I break this piece of ice and I right click on the computer, it says insufficient cooling. So I'm going to need a block of ice next to it. Right? Now, what can these things do? Well, normally, when you have a computer itself, it is used to store data. For example, I'm going to build some wooden, not there, here, some wooden pillars, or a wooden, kind of a wooden statue, if the lag doesn't kill me. So a little T, like that. And now when I, come on, scroll. And now when I press energize, as you can see, it just took away the wood, and it also took away the piece of ice. So in fact, if you want to evade that, you can probably place it underneath as well. So let's just, there it is, block of ice. There we go. Let's put it underneath. It should work. Right. So let's cover that up. Now when I press energize again, it will bring back the ice block and the wood. So this is pretty cool. So you can use this to transport very small structures with you. Now do keep in mind that this will not work with chests. If I, for example, place a chest in here and I press the computer, it says area not transportable. So you can't use chests or crafting tables or anything, but you can use this to teleport small structures. So that is actually pretty cool. But as I have said, you have a limit of 8 by 8. Right? So when I actually press energize, right, and I'm going to mine this computer. God damn it. When I mine this computer, it will say on the tooltip, stored area 7 by 7 by 4. Alright? Now, there is also another thing you can do with this. But let's just get our structure back. And finally, the lag spike is over. Thank you very much. Game mode C. Now there is another, spoke too soon. There is another thing you can do with these computers, and therefore you're going to need the essence of entanglement. Entanglement, right? So when we place the computer, come on, when we place the computer together with an essence of entanglement, oh my gosh. Or is it 2? No, or is it probably is vice versa. But this is just not working this way. I'm going to remove the crafting table and maybe this will solve the lag. Any better? Yes, it is better. So it is the crafting tables, pillars. I'm gonna have to keep that in mind. Right, so let's try this again. So there we go. So this will give us a pair of entangled quantum computers. And now what this can do, this is pretty cool. So when we break this and replace it with our entangled computers, god damn you. There you go. So now these two are entangled. Minecraft is really pushing my nerves today. So now when I click energize, it will not be stored, but it will be transported. So that is pretty cool. So with entangled quantum computers, you will not store the blocks, but you will teleport them away. So that is useful. This also works interdimensional. So you can, for example, send the structure to the nether. So that is actually very, very cool what you can do with these quantum computers. Keep in mind that when the computer is entangled, you will not be able to store it any longer. Okay. So, well, I think let me just try something. I thought it might teleport yourself as well. That would be cool, but no. So, yeah, I think that is in fact the basics and the full mod review of this mod. So we've had all these things. We've talked about the glasses, the automatic observer, and the quantum computer. So yeah, I think that is it for this Minecraft mod spotlight about the Qcraft mod. So link is in the description if you want to download it. It's really cool. I mean, you can make like contraptions and stuff, and in fact, a thing that a use that might be very useful for these blocks is the fact that you can in fact use this to hide some stuff. Or actually no, you can't. I misunderstood. Sorry, no, just ignore what I said there. So that's going to be this mod spotlight for Qcraft. I thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you enjoyed, although the many interruptions and the lag. So sorry about that, by the way. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed, and subscribe for more videos. A like is always appreciated, and we will see you all in the next episode. Bye bye.